In this video, we're going to show the EDI File Joiner, part of our EDI Utility Toolbox. The EDI File Joiner is a universal joiner of the HIPAA EDI files. It takes a number of EDI files and will join them into one big one. A couple caveats, they must be the same format and version. So for example, if you want to take an 835 in version 5010, you need to join it with other files of 835 format version 5010. It will not mix and match because at the end of the day, it's going to create a valid EDI file per the specification. Works with 271s, 277s, 837s. In this case, we're going to do 835s, etc. A couple of rules that all of the tools in the toolbox follow whenever we do editing or data creation. We never change your original file. It's always kept intact. So when we do editing and changes, we actually create a copy or a new file. And we always give you the option, and we do recommend it, that you put the new copy in a different location. So you can always keep your original files separate from your new files. So let's take a quick run through it. Okay, this is the EDI Utility Toolbox. We're going to look at this tool right here, second from the top, which is the EDI File Joiner. All of these buttons are a different tool in the toolbox. Let's click the EDI File Joiner. I will close the main menu just to keep the screen clean. And you get this little interface window. It gives you three different ways to join files in terms of collecting the files. Over here, just off to the side, I'm going to keep Windows Explorer open. I have 5 files in this folder called Joiner. I also have a folder called Completed Joined Files. At the moment, it is empty. So what we're going to do is we're going to join these files in our demo. Now, there's 3 ways to do that. You can add files one at a time by just clicking the Add button and then browsing. And you can say select this one right here. Now, whatever puts it in this list here, and whatever is first in this list, this is your driver file. So everything else has to match this first file's format and type, or it will not join them. And then you can just continue to add them. For example, on etc. There's no limit. You can put as many as you'd like. You can also remove them one at a time, or in this case, I'm going to clear the whole window. Now, the second way to join files is you can select an entire folder. So I can click the folder button, and then I can point to, let me just grab a random folder that I know has some files in it. And sure enough, it does. Now, this went and took an inventory of the files. It doesn't know what they are yet. It just listed them. So they're in our list. So you can do that as well. I'm going to clear that. The third way to add files is just dragging them. So you can drag them in like this from Windows Explorer, one at a time, or you could grab a bunch and drag those in. So what I've got, I'm going to put all 5 of these from this folder into my list here. Now, where I want to put the newly created joined file is this destination folder here. So I'm going to browse to a separate location. You don't have to. It's highly recommended that you do, though, so you can also keep them separated. So I'm going to put the completed joined files in a folder, oddly enough, called completed joined files, which we also see over here. So I'm going to go into that folder. It's empty. We can watch it populate live. So when I'm ready to go here, I'm going to click the Join Files button, and it gives me a message. First of all, it says, I found a file, and here's the name of the file. It's not an 835 4010 format, so therefore I can't join it. It's actually an 837, so it's telling me I'm not going to put this one in there. Found another one. This one happens to be a 997. It's not going to be joined. But then I get this message that, haha, I'm good. I got 3 files I could join. I put them all together. Here's the name of the file. You can also see it over here in our Windows Explorer. And those were the ones that were joined, or I'm sorry, that's the file that's been created. And up here in our window, you see by virtue of the checkbox, those are the ones that actually made it into the join. Now what we're going to do here is we're going to take a look at those files before and after just to show you the result using our EDI Reader. Now this is a separate product. This is our EDI Reader Tool. Feel free to go to our website and check this out. This allows us to look at the EDI files in a human readable format. And there's videos on this as well. So I'm going to just pick this one right here. And this is one of the files that we had joined. This is prior to joining it. This is a single file. And you'll see it's got Abraham Lincoln and Dan Quayle and others in here. There's 346 claims in this particular file. It's for a single payee. There's only one payee in this particular file. That's the before. Now I'm going to push this over to the side here, and let's call up another instance of the reader. We'll look at the joined file side by side here. So we're going to browse to completed joined files. There's our file. We're going to open it. And here's a join file. It obviously it should be bigger than any one of the three we joined from. So it's got 385 claims in it. You can see the John Adams, Abraham Lincoln, Dan Quayle. They happen to be the first file that was brought in, so those claims are still there. And if we look in our payer information window, you'll see there's our Health and Sciences Institute right there. But it also added these other payees to the file. So now we've got one big giant file that's been sort of combined together. And of course, you see down here in the grid the various claims for all of the payees, or you can look at it as an entire file. And that is the EDI File Joiner. Thanks for watching, and check back for some other training and demo videos.